All right, Congressman, so you've been calling for a second special counsel to investigate the Obama administration's what you call abuses, especially of the FISA warrants in courts. What are you hoping to do with a special counsel?
Well, it's important for a second special counsel to be appointed to look into the misconduct with regards to how the Clinton probe ended and how the Trump-Russia probe began, and additionally looking into the FISA abuses that took place when going for that Carter Page warrant. There was so much information that was not provided to the FISA judges that should have been provided. It is clear that at the highest levels of the DOJ and FBI that there was misconduct taking place where some individuals were effectively turning their agencies into a political arm of the DNC and Hillary Clinton campaign. For that to just go by without any accountability and transparency is absolutely the wrong answer for these amazing agencies that do important work. But in order to go forward, there's going to have to be a special counsel on accountability.
Have you seen or sensed much, momentum among your colleagues or support for this so far? Where does it stand?
I've seen a growing amount of people, a large majority of Congress that is calling for it. However, as far as momentum goes, I see more people calling for it now than last week, and more last week than the week before. So as these additional facts come to light, as different committees of jurisdiction talk about what they have uncovered, what they have learned through their oversight roles, and other information comes to light outside of Congress, that's why you're seeing a growing amount of support. And hopefully it just continues to grow to the point where, hopefully sooner rather than later, the Department of Justice and AG Sessions chooses to appoint a second special counsel. Hopefully this isn't something that we're still needing to call for a month from now. Hopefully a second special counsel is already doing good work by then. Yesterday there was a letter sent by 4 members of the Senate. There was a letter to the Inspector General and a letter to the AG, as well as Rod Rosenstein. These 4 senators listed over 30 questions for the IG that they want answers. When you read through that letter and you see the questions that they're asking, couple that with all the evidence of what we know already, it's clear that the IG needs to look into it. It's also known that the IG is not going to be able to do it themselves because the IG can only really look into what's going on inside its own department, can't really subpoena witnesses from outside the department. They don't have prosecutorial authority. That is why an IG alone is just not enough to get the job done.
Right. Last question for you here. Is the American public counsel fatigued? Because even members of the GOP who are, thinking maybe that the special counsel Robert Mueller maybe isn't doing the best job, or if it's a fishing expedition or whatever, even they are having a difficult time following the story and following all of the updates. Do you think that especially midterms in November, that people are just going to be tired of counsels and special counsels and investigations? What's your thought on that?
Well, there are people who are very frustrated with how the Trump-Russia probe began, knowing that there was this special counsel launched against the president and his family for winning the election, even though there was no evidence of any crime of them winning an election. Now, for people who don't like President Trump, for many Americans, they may not be prioritizing facts or reality as it relates to anything that we're discussing here during this interview, whether it be the special counsel probe that's already going on, or this call for a second special counsel and further IG work. What they want is they just want to take down the president. They have pledged to oppose him, obstruct him on everything and anything, and that's their end game. And I'll tell you, on top of that, you have Americans who, when you ask them what's your top priority, it might be something related to the economy or national security or immigration or taking care of our veterans, all important priorities. So as if we're trying to talk about what people are going to be prioritizing come September, October, November, there are many people who are going to be focused on what is going on. Hopefully there'll be a lot of progress between now and then as far as pursuing facts and reality, and not partisan gamesmanship, just trying to obstruct and oppose this president. But there will be other priorities. They'll be at the top of the list as well. And some people may not want to talk at all about, special counsels and investigations. And,
Right.
that's fine. We have to respect the fact that for many Americans, this is a really important priority.